Hi, I'm Alice Tanha with Websense Global IT Support. The following video shows you best practices for one or more Websense solutions.
Thanks, Alice. And I'm Kay Zimmer with Websense Engineering. I'm here to talk to you about getting ready to start using the TRITON AP-WEB Web Hybrid Module. When adding the Web Hybrid Module to an existing deployment, you'll need to plan to install 2 additional components in your network, which we'll talk about in a minute. You'll also need to think about when and where the hybrid service in the cloud will be used to manage users' requests. For example, at home, in a branch office, or at a particular campus. The first component you'll need to add is Directory Agent. Directory Agent collects user and group information from your directory service so that it can be used by the hybrid service in the cloud. You may only need one Directory Agent, but you can have as many as 1 per policy server. It all depends on how many user directories you have and which directories contain account information needed by the hybrid service. Directory Agent typically resides on the same machine as policy server. A second component, Sync Service, takes user and group information from Directory Agent, plus your policy-related data, and sends them to the hybrid service. It also polls the hybrid service to find out when new reporting data is available, and forwards that to log server. You can only have one instance of Sync Service in your deployment. Sync Service often runs on the log server machine, since most of its in-network communication is with log server. In addition to deciding where Directory Agent and Sync Service will run, you need to also think about which clients will be sending requests to the hybrid service in the cloud. Are the users and groups that will use the hybrid service organized into the same OU or into multiple clearly defined directory contexts? While you're preparing to deploy the hybrid service, can you make changes to the directory hierarchy to create a limited context for users and groups that will use the hybrid service? Even if the users and groups that will use the hybrid service are widely distributed, do you have a complete list that you can use to define targeted contexts for the hybrid service? Is there an email address associated with each user and group that will be sent to the hybrid service? If not, can you add an email address to each account? If you cannot add an email address, you'll need to talk to your sales engineer or technical account manager to enable a feature that allows accounts without email addresses. You'll also have to make a configuration change after you install Directory Agent. Does each user and group account have a unique email address? If not, can you update configuration so that each configuration is unique? If you can't do that, you'll need to talk to your sales engineer or technical account manager and make a configuration change after you install Directory Agent. Are there entire locations, like branch offices or campuses, whose traffic will be directed to the hybrid service? If so, make sure you have the external IP address of the gateway or gateways at each location. You'll need that information to define the sites as filtered locations for the hybrid service. Will some or all user requests go through the Websense Content Gateway proxy when the users are in your network, but by the hybrid service when the users are outside your network? If so, plan to define sites, branches, or campuses that use the on-premises proxy, in other words, Content Gateway, as filtered locations. This will help the hybrid service create a proxy auto configuration or PAC file that knows when to send requests through the on-premises proxy and when to send requests through the hybrid service in the cloud. A last planning step to think about is PAC file distribution. You can use a remote configuration tool like Windows Group Policies to configure users' browsers to use the PAC file. A checklist is available in the Websense knowledge base at support.websense.com. It can help you plan for and make decisions about enabling the Web Hybrid module for TRITON AP-WEB. Thanks for watching.